Hello and welcome back to another RouterGods video. This is going to be another resume review that we do for our RouterGods Meetup group, and as always these are free for all of our members. Alright, we've got our resume up and of course everything is blacked out for privacy reasons. Let's just take a quick look through the format. Pretty traditional, I believe. It looks like a one column deal. We've got the certs up at top, we've got the personal information, competencies and skills. You probably just want to put skills here. You don't need competencies and skills. Work experience, and we've got one job here, January 2021, so it started this year, still there. And this was last year for, let's see, October, November, December, so about 3 months or so at this ISP. Then this company, let's see, looks like you did 2 stints here. And robotics instructor, that's pretty cool. Did that for about 2 years. And then network trainee, 3 months here, 3 months there. So these look like internships that you would do at a college, because it looks like 2018, 2017, like summer jobs. All right, we could probably condense this stuff. You don't need to put 3 separate ones. And education background, they graduated 2 years ago, so he's pretty fresh into the workforce. Associations, IEEE, interests, and referees. Okay, referees. Available upon request. I would just kill this part. I mean, you don't just you don't need that, because it's understood. They'll ask if they want some references. Okay, interests is fine. Associations, that's probably okay. We'll get to those in a little bit. Okay, starting from the top. Country name. This is important because this person is based in Africa, so putting the name of your country is actually okay, because there might be travel involved between the different countries and stuff. So that part's all right. A couple mobile numbers, that's fine. And then we have an okay, so he's trying to signify email. I would just, this is, when you see Hotmail, that we know that's an email address, so you don't need to do that. Same as this one, LinkedIn. Just everyone knows that's a LinkedIn, so you could kill that. What you may want to do is get yourself a custom LinkedIn. So right here, this is the stupid looking URL that they give you, the long URL. So you can go into your LinkedIn profile and get a custom one, and so it would look something like this: Joe Blow, right? So something matching your name or something interesting. Just a couple tips to just spice it up to make it look a little bit better. But yeah, you can get rid of the word email or everyone knows it's email. You can get rid of the LinkedIn, because everyone knows that that's LinkedIn, because you see linkedin.com. Okay, let's get into professional certificates and training. What I would probably do, I would just say certs. Just, you don't need to say professional certs and training. Just say certs. And of course this should be centered. Okay, so they're going for a CCNP that's ongoing. They're going for Azure Fundamentals, that's ongoing. Okay, so general rule of thumb here is you put what you have at top, and you put what you're going to get later on. So something like that. And then when you put what you're going for, you want to say some date, right? So let's say you're going to get this in December 2021, and don't put a year, put a month and a year. And also, if you have the date scheduled, the lab, the exam, or whatever, specify that. So exam scheduled December 2021, right? Because you'll see a lot of companies go, okay, cool, you're studying, you're going for your CCNP, you've got your lab scheduled. Yes, we're asking for CCNP, but seeing that you're going to take it, we'll count that, right? So some type of date and exam or a project or whatever. All right, so stuff that you have now up top, stuff that you're getting later down at the bottom, and remember to put a date and put whether you have the exam or something scheduled. Okay, so we got some Cisco stuff, we got some Huawei stuff, we got some Fortinet stuff, and just IBM and ISOC. Okay, so depending on who you're applying for, I always recommend that you have multiple versions of your resume. So if this is kind of like your generic resume template, then it's probably okay to keep the Cisco one at top. But depending on what company and what ISP or service provider you are applying for, maybe you're applying for a company that uses generally Huawei stuff, right? So if they're using Huawei stuff, you're going to put this at the top. If they're mainly using Fortinet stuff, you're going to put that at the top. So you're going to customize your resume and the listing of certificates according to who you're applying to. Okay, and let's scroll down here at the bottom. But basically, this is a decent format. I wouldn't put the dots like that. I would do it. Now this is personal preference. It's splitting hairs. I would clean it up, do something more along those lines, right? 2020, something like that. But it's not necessarily wrong to put the cert and then the date is just you want to get rid of these. You're hunting around for the dates and stuff, making things more compact, basically. Okay, competencies and skills. We'll just put just skills. Okay, so they got their routers and switches. I do like that they group the different manufacturers here. So routing and switching, Cisco, Juniper, Microtech, firewalls, and Wi-Fi. Quantum. Who the hell's Quantum? Okay, something you learn every day. You just do a quick search. Quantum wireless. Steel series. Okay, yep. Oh, you don't want to go down the rabbit hole too far or else we'll get lost. But I do like this. You're grouping the technologies, routing and switching, firewalls, and Wi-Fi. That's good. So then we got some Arduino, some Python, some data research and virtualization. All right. So you've got your network infrastructure stuff up top, and then you've got your programming, your dev and programming. I would do I would put Python first before everything else, and I would actually split up GNS3. I would probably, yeah, I guess you could put that in there. It looks a little weird putting GNS3, Python, and Linux all in the same line. So I would figure out maybe some other place to put it or get rid of that. Because GNS3 is something that you practice with. It's not necessarily, I wouldn't call it a skill. Arduino programming is pretty good. Data research and analysis extraction. I would be specific. How are you doing the extraction? Is it R? Is it with Python? Is regex? Stuff like that. Arduino program. What are you using for the Arduino programming, and what have you done? So we have here virtualization with VMware and a VirtualBox. So that's pretty good. IT operational support. I guess you could leave that in. Cloud technologies, debugging and troubleshooting. You kind of don't need that. I mean, that's going to be understood if you've worked at a support engineer. Hopefully, you can debug and troubleshoot. Now, these are more IT stuff, so you kind of want to group the IT stuff together, and then group in the development and programming stuff. So something like this. And I would probably let's put the cloud stuff here. Cloud stuff, virtualization, and you could even combine it. You could say cloud and virtualization, Azure, VMware, VirtualBox, something like that. And then on the last line, put in the Python and Arduino. Try to get this to line up. Right? But you get the point, right? You're going to have 3 lines. Your network infrastructure stuff, your cloud and virtualization stuff, and then your programming stuff. That way it's nice and logical. In fact, you could do something like this. You could say how could we do this? We could say network infrastructure. All right, group these. I know it's going to make the resume a little bit longer, but we're going to save some space later on. How about that? We group that. Where's my bullet points? Looking for my bullet points. There we go. Virtualization cloud. Man, misspelled that. So Azure, VMware, and VirtualBox, something like that. And I think you get the point. So that way it's nice and logical. I look at network infrastructure, I see all this. I look at down here, virtualization cloud. Oh, okay, he's got Azure, he's got VMware, VirtualBox. That's great. IT operational support, probably get rid of that. And then development, scripting, development, what you want to, whatever you want to say. And then have those bullet points. Of course, decrease the indent on that to make them all line up, but you get the point here. All right, it's nice and logical. All right, okay, let's go down to the work experience. This is the most recent one, so it's good to have 4 bullet points. That's good. 4 bullet points there, 3. Okay, so that's good. As they go along in time, the bullet points get fewer and fewer because it becomes less important. Let's collapse this back up. Okay, so they're a level 1 support engineer for an ISP. Support is great. I highly recommend working in support. So first bullet point, implementing QoS. Implementing QoS for clients using FortiGate. Okay, really easy. FortiGate QoS. Provision of after-sales support, including firewall chaining, after post-sales. That's what we call it. Post-sales support, firewall training, PRG monitoring, something like that. Research, diagnose, troubleshoot, identify solutions to resolve customer issues. Yes, you are a support engineer. That's exactly what you do, so that's gone. Prepare accurate and timely reports on the status of various projects. Okay, what projects? What projects? Whenever you see the word various, actually, let's do this. Various. They only have one various in there. Whenever you see the word various, always do a search when you're finished with your resume. Kill this word various and be specific about what project it is. Maintenance activities and outages. I guess you could keep that. That way you have three bullet points there. But on this one, FortiGate QoS. Hopefully you can add something more about FortiGate. I mean, hopefully it's not just FortiGate QoS. Post-sale support. You may want to put in how many customers, how many tickets do you get per day, etc., etc. This one right here, it's pretty weak. So I would actually put this up here, depending on, make this look juicy. And then I guess you could keep that on the second one. Okay, and then we have projects. Cool. That's good. So FlexiWAN, SD-WAN solution, designed, implemented Ubuntu, and the FlexiWAN router in the silicon hardware tested, deployed to enterprise customers with different use cases. Another vague thing. What were the use cases? How big were the enterprise customers? How many sites? Documented the network diagram with Visio, just Visio network documentation, and shared with clients. Of course you did. Right? Why would you document it and not share with clients? Testing new releases and sharing bug information with vendor before upgrading with the client. So that's kind of like lab validation testing, validation and bug testing. So vendor and how can we say that? Vendor lab validation and bug testing. Something like that. Right? Just tighten that down. And you may want to put how big was the lab? What exactly did you do? I mean, this sounds pretty cool. Just be specific about it. But it's good that this person has 2 projects, so that's pretty awesome. Okay, so now we're running out of space here. Let's go down here. Hopefully we're not getting into 3 pages. Okay, cool. So now Cutney 2, this is 3 months, so not too much to work with. Okay, 4 bullet points. Configure network monitoring for clients using Cacti. Cacti configuration and monitoring. Respond to alarms from the server room by turning manually the genset external AC to... What does all that mean? Respond to alarms in the server room. Probably a manual reset or something like that to ensure the equipment... Yeah, that's pretty weak. It's a alarm monkey, probably not cool. Conducting spectrum analysis to manage interference. That's cool. What did you use? What did you use for the spectrum analysis? Remote support to reconfigure the client's remote support, remote configuration of radio, of wireless radios, and logging cases in solid closing 8 cases a day. So this is heavy wireless support, 8+ cases a day, 100% close, whatever, happiness, however they're measuring you on the support cases. Okay, use I always call this nachos, but Nagios core to monitor systems like base stations and quickly attend to any alerts by engaging. Yeah, makes it sound a little more important than it is. Nagios core monitoring. Okay, systems, networks, infrastructure. Be specific here. How many customers, etc. So you got 4 bullet points there. I would actually put, if I had to order this, heavy wireless support, 8+ cases a day, conduct spectrum analysis. So actually I would just spectrum analysis. Spectrum analysis to manage interference. Yeah, that's what spectrum and interference analysis. Remote configuration of wireless radios. So then I do the Cacti configuration and monitoring, and then the Nagios monitoring. Anything that you configure always goes before just monitoring, because when you're just monitoring someone set that up for you, versus here, if you configured it, it's almost hopefully it's from scratch, right? Or you did a vast majority of it, but this always looks better than just monitoring. Okay, then we have a stint here, October, so this is like 1 year here, and then a couple months here. So you got a couple projects here. Data research activities, extract data using 95. Okay. Image annotation, proprietary software, maintaining the SLA. Yep. So just need to save some space there. Praised for high quality and productivity. How? What exactly was the high quality? Was it an award? Here you got a promotion. That's great. So actually earn promotion to a reviewer. So in this case, what you would do is you would say something like, you know, you could put something here, promoted from whatever position to the current position or the last position, right? Don't make me look for it. Put it up at the top. You did a good job. You were promoted. And applauded for. Okay, so that's it for the robotics instructor. This is pretty cool. Company 4, tutor robotics to children, ranging from using Scratch. Okay, that's good. Good. Tutor robotics to children. Yeah, okay. Conducted project sessions for students to create small manageable projects for students to showcase their skill set. Well, that's what you do for a project. So create small manageable projects, acquired. That's way too wordy. Conducted project sessions for students, right? Applauded for exemplary training mentorship. Okay, how? What cert? How? What? Be specific on that one. Okay. And then we have a stint of 3 internships. You can condense these. So let's say these were summer internship, you know, trainees. So I would condense all this. This is June 2017, August 2017, and then the next one is May 2016, August 2016. Yes, there should be a space. Okay. So you got 3 internships here. Bullet points. Company 5, company 6, company 7. Boom. And one or 2 lines each, right? Then tighten this down a bit. But yeah, you don't need 3 separate entries for all your internships. Just kind of, you're going to need some space later on, so just, condense them down. That's what I've done for a lot of my jobs past 10 years. So what I've done is, I'll just show you really quick here. Okay, so here's my LinkedIn, the Meraki guy. We'll just go over here, click that. So past a certain point, no one cares, right? So what you do is you don't even put in bullet points. And when you look at my resume, this is actually all condensed to 1 line. It's just, I basically say snipped other jobs, for brevity, right? So no one really cares past maybe this network engineering part. I mean, it's cool, tribal officer, law enforcement, help desk, net zero, but man, this is all the way back in 1997, 1998, so no one cares. Okay, almost to the end. We've got this educational background. That's completely fine there. Since this person is only 2 years out of school, it may be acceptable if they have good grades to put the GPA in, or awards, or projects or something like that. But after you get to kind of the 4 or 5 year mark, no one cares anymore. Associations, IEEE, yeah, I guess that's cool. And then interest networking with like-minded professionals and acquiring new skills. That's kind of weak. It's hopefully. So I would, yeah, let's not do that. Volunteering at organizations. Okay, how about you're a volunteer at Ransom Ministries, and then what do you do? How many people? Playing and watching basketball. Unless you're really good at basketball, probably not, unless you're really good at swimming and visiting the gym. No one really cares. So we'll just cut that down. Having the box to table around this, yeah, you don't need that. Just get rid of the box. Actually, I take that back. These are two separate items. Get rid of the box and just have two bullet points. You don't need to put them side by side. Vertical is fine. All right, so all in all, this isn't too bad of a resume. Just some minor tweaks. A lot of it's cosmetic. A lot of it is, just moving from left to right, going vertical, getting rid of the box, putting bullet points here, having it in categories. As far as the content, it's fine. I really like that the vendors were put in here, so that's good. The development's good. Depending on the company you're applying for, if it's more of a .com, I would put the development stuff up top, and I would get more in detail, like specifics on the Python. What are you doing with Python? What libraries have you played with? Do you have a GitHub and stuff like that? I would like more details about the projects. If you can put like more some like screenshots, or I know it's like NDA and it might be confidential, but you probably want to prove this somewhere. But other than that, not too shabby of a resume. I think with the changes that we suggest, this will be a pretty good one. And I took a brief look at their LinkedIn, and I'm not going to show you the LinkedIn because it's you'll see who exactly this is. But they've done a good job on LinkedIn. They're very active. They've commented on other people's posts and stuff like that, and they've posted their own stuff. So they are using LinkedIn to they're using it very well, rather than just posting up a resume. All right, that's resume review number 3000 whatever that we've done. Stay safe, take care, and of course, if you want your resume reviewed, join RouterGods, routergods.com. Free. We're the world's largest IT meetup and networking group. Take care. Bye.